I have been on internet and have been inspired to make a rig to make necks for guitars. There were a lot of good ideas there, but none of them seem to be able to do it all. So I had a go at it, and this is my device. There is a ball bearing in each end, of course. When I make the contour of the neck, I use this one. This the other way. Originally I was going to make it in plywood, but to reduce the weight I went for just ordinary wood. This is something we call hobby plank, which is pre-planed and wood that you get in and glued, wood that you get in certain lengths. You can get them in different widths depending on what you're going to use it for. The wood was not strong enough here because of the gap. It could easily collapse, so I put some aluminium on it to reinforce it. This plastic list on top is not only for decoration but also for reducing the friction. So in order, this device here goes on both these two boxes I made, and this box is for making the diameter on the board. In this case it's a 12 inch diameter, but it can be replaced and basically put on any normal diameter. So just put the guitar on this plate, and this is both for the radius and for the crossrod channel. And then finally we have this here, which is connected to my dust extractor. Now I'm going to make some noise and see how this thing works in practical terms. The first step in the guitar making is routing the diameter on the fretboard. I put these two blocks on there to lift the whole thing a little bit up, and then it just goes around like this, and this is a 12 inch, and you tape the fretboard with a double-sided tape, because I want to cut the radius first before I do the fretting, so that to avoid any tear off. So that is step one. I've used this plastic to reduce the friction. I will probably put some plastic underneath here to even reduce it more. And the router can be moved from one piece to the other. That is step one. Step 2 would be to cut the fret grooves. I was thinking a bit about it, but I figured out I couldn't make a instrument that was precisely enough for this job, so I bought this special rig from Guitar and Woods with a 25.5-inch scale, which is for a typical Fender, and I also bought this special saw for cutting frets. Normal saw will be too rough. So in with the fretboard, glue it with this, and then there is a pin here that you can get every cut correct. And the saw is guided by this two roller bearings. So that one should be fine. Get very precise grooves or rails for the fret. The next step will be to make the groove for the truss rod, and for that I made a special carriage. And I'll use a lot of open space there so I can see more exactly what I'm doing. So this neck has been tested to see the radius, and it's 12 inches as predicted. So the next thing now is to route the truss rod channel. The truss rod channel has been made. Not too bad. Okay, it's 13 millimeter deep, but I didn't take any measurements. I just drew gut feeling. This is a mock-up, so it doesn't matter, but just to test the equipment. There's my rig for routing the truss rod channel, so that one seems to be good. And yeah, I could of course made another one here for the Allen key, or I see I have to adjust a little bit here so that it can go all the way back. But that's small details. We'll fix it later. I think most of my guitars will have a truss rod adjustment over here. Okay, we're soon ready to do the fun part, which is making the contour of the neck. This is the same piece of wood that I've been working on, attached to this, and the plan is that the bungee cord will push this one up, while the bearing there will touch this, and that should give the neck the contour. This is just for turning the thing around. Clamps for holding, of course. Forgot to mention that I extended this one so that for the radius cut. So now comes the fun part. I have my cover for the dust extraction there. So let's see what's happening now. Okay, not the best, most elegant solution I could come up with, but it will do the trick and holding the suction hose in place while I do the routing. I'll figure out something more elegant later. Again, I had to do a small modification, but we'll see how this works. Now I can reach the neck and probably also get pretty much done. If this doesn't work, I have to buy myself a longer router bit, probably. Okie dokie. Okay, there is my guitar neck, at least the rocket version of it. And it seems like my apparatus is working. Still is of course a lot of fine-tuning to do, but it does do the thing, and this feels like a guitar neck, kind of. Of course, there's a lot of manual work left, but I can say that my machine is working. That's good. Probably need to adjust the headstock before I do the profile. You see, I could only get to here, but yeah, I'm learning as I go along. The final trick with this box is that I made a hole here under, so I can pull a pencil or a lead or something through, and then this one is copying the neck that is laying underneath here. In this case it's a Stratocaster neck. You see here I can adjust the distance, and there are some piece of cloth not to destroy the neck. So I'm looking for a good pen that can mark this clearly. I'm struggling a bit now, but the idea is that you lift it up, then you can copy the radius of the neck, both in front and back. Yeah, I will probably make some further improvements later, but when I don't know. But I think my box is working. Now I can take off this paper, and hopefully there should be engraved in the paper the radius of the contour of the neck. In this case, the Stratocaster. So I think I can say my project is finished, at least for now. This is what the guitar rig consists of. We have here to have on the bottom a lid with opening for the dust extractor. When I cut the radius on the fretboard, I need to lift up the carriage a little bit. Then I have here, this one is for the neck. This one is for the truss rod. Here is for the to assemble the rig for the fret cutting. Here is to cut the radius. This board is to hold the piece together while I do several things. Bungee cords, of course, and these are the devices used when I'm copying the frets. Copying the neck contour on another guitar. I have extended slightly so that the radius can be done all out. And yeah, that's my project. Okay.